Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Todd Chrisley shares huge update on Chase Chrisley's sobriety. Todd Chrisley has shared a huge update on Chase Chrisley and his sobriety. This is something Chase has to deal with every day. He got out of rehab, and fans saw him doing better. However, Todd and Julie both had some things to say about their son and how he is doing with his sobriety. Fans love hearing the updates on their children. There is a lot to unfold and uncover. Keep reading to find out more about this. Chase Chrisley goes to rehab, gets sober. Chase Chrisley was seen struggling with alcohol on the Chrisleys. Back to reality. However, this was something he had been struggling with for longer than that. When Todd and Julie came back home, they knew something was not right. At the end of the series, Todd and Jody were seen taking Chase to rehab. This is something that was hard for him. However, he had to do it for himself, his relationship, and his family. Since then, it seems he and Savannah are also on better terms. This is something Chase was working towards, as his relationship with his sister was majorly messed up by his actions. Todd Chrisley shares huge update on son and his sobriety. Todd and Julie Chrisley have shared a huge update on Chase Chrisley and his sobriety. Julie wanted to let fans know that he is doing so much better. However, Todd was just glad to have his son back. Chase will continue to work on his sobriety, as this is an everyday challenge now. However, Todd and Julie are impressed with their son and are glad that he is doing so much better than he once was. It seems as though Chase is doing much better. There is a light back in his eyes, and this is what his parents wanted to see. Todd is happy to have his baby back, and Julie loves seeing how excited he is about life. This is something fans are ecstatic about. No one wanted Chase to struggle. However, he had to get better for himself and his family. In a heart-to-heart moment that left fans both emotional and inspired, Todd Chrisley has opened up about one of the most personal battles his family has faced, Chase Chrisley's journey to sobriety. The Chrisley knows best patriarch, known for his sharp wit and southern charm, took to social media to share a major update that brought hope, healing, and a reminder that the Chrisley's story is far from over. For months, fans have speculated about Chase's quiet demeanor and noticeable shift in attitude. Gone were the wild parties, flashy vacations, and occasional controversies that once made headlines. In their place, a young man who seemed grounded, focused, and intentional with his choices. Now, Todd Chrisley is confirming what many have hoped. Chase is officially sober, and his transformation has become a source of pride for the entire family. Todd's emotional revelation. In a candid video message from a Tennessee halfway house where Todd participates in a faith-based rehabilitation outreach, the Chrisley patriarch appeared reflective but radiant. "God has worked miracles in my family," Todd began, his voice steady yet full of emotion. "I've watched my son Chase go from struggling to surrendering, and now he's living proof of what happens when you hand your pain to the Lord instead of your vices." Todd went on to explain that Chase had privately entered a treatment program earlier this year, choosing to confront his struggles with alcohol and prescription medication head-on. "He made that decision on his own," Todd said proudly. "As a father, all I could do was pray. But Chase took the step. He wanted to be better, not just for himself, but for everyone who loves him." It was a moment that underscored just how far the Chrisley family has come since their public legal and emotional challenges. While Todd and Julie continue to navigate their sentences, their children have shown remarkable resilience, and none more so than Chase, whose quiet strength has become a beacon of hope. Chase's journey, from chaos to clarity. Fans who have followed Chrisley Knows Best since its debut know that Chase has always been the charming risk-taker of the family. Whether he was pulling pranks on his sister Savannah or trying to prove himself in business ventures, Chase's humor and charisma made him a fan favorite. But behind the laughter, Todd revealed, there were moments of darkness. "Fame hit my children fast," Todd admitted. Chase was still trying to figure out who he was while the world watched. That kind of pressure can break anyone, especially someone with a tender heart. According to Todd, Chase's journey to sobriety began after a particularly difficult year marked by heartbreak, public scrutiny, and emotional exhaustion. He realized that the way he was coping wasn't leading him anywhere good, Todd said. He had to face himself and say, "I need help." And that takes courage most people never find. Chase has reportedly been attending regular recovery meetings, staying close to a support network that includes his sister Savannah and girlfriend, Emmy Metters. Though their relationship has faced ups and downs, sources say Emmy has been a grounding force, encouraging Chase's sobriety and helping him maintain healthy routines. Savannah's reaction. a sister's pride. Savannah Chrisley couldn't hide her pride when asked about her brother's progress. In a recent podcast episode of Unlocked with Savannah Chrisley, she spoke candidly about
Seeing
watching
my brother
Chase
like
transform.
this,
Clear-headed, peaceful, happy. It's the best version of him I've ever seen, Savannah said with a smile. He's not trying to escape anything anymore. He's dealing with life head-on. And he's doing it with grace. Savannah also shared that Chase's sobriety has helped their family reconnect in ways they hadn't before. It's not about pretending everything's perfect, she said. It's about healing together. Chase's honesty has inspired all of us to look at our own struggles differently. Todd's message to parents. Todd Chrisley used his platform to speak directly to parents who may be watching their children struggle with addiction. You can't fix it for them, he said. You can love them, pray for them, guide them, but they have to want it. Chase showed me what it looks like when someone finally chooses light over darkness. He emphasized that sobriety isn't a one-time event, but a lifelong journey. There are good days and bad days. There's temptation. There's fear. But there's also grace. And grace is what saves us every single time. Todd's update has sparked a wave of support from fans across social media, many of whom shared their own recovery stories and thanked the Chrisley family for breaking the stigma surrounding addiction. Todd and Chase being open about this gives others permission to heal, one fan wrote. They're showing that no one is beyond redemption. The road ahead for Chase. Now Chase is focusing on rebuilding, personally, spiritually, and professionally. He's reportedly developing a new project centered around mental wellness and faith-based recovery, hoping to use his story to help others. He doesn't want to hide behind a reality show anymore, Todd revealed. He wants to use his platform for something real. Chase has also been seen spending more time outdoors, fishing, hiking, and visiting church with close friends. His social media presence, once full of flashy photos, now features messages of gratitude and faith. One day at a time, he captioned a recent post. God's grace is bigger than my mistakes. Sources close to the family say Todd's update is just the beginning of a more transparent, redemptive chapter for the Chrisleys. While they may not be back on reality TV anytime soon, they're living a story that's arguably more powerful than anything a producer could script. A family united by faith. Despite everything, the legal battles, separations, and setbacks, Todd insists that faith has kept his family from falling apart. God never promised an easy road, he said. But he promised that he'd walk with us. Chase is proof of that promise. I'm proud of him. I'm proud of all my kids. And I'm grateful that even in our brokenness, we've found purpose. As fans look ahead, one thing is certain. The Chrisley family's story continues to evolve, but their bond remains unbreakable. Chase's sobriety marks not only a personal victory, but also a testament to the healing power of love, faith, and accountability. And in true Todd Chrisley fashion, he ended his message with a mix of humor and hope. If I can survive prison and my son can survive himself, then there's hope for everybody out there. It's a line that perfectly sums up the resilience of the Chrisley family, imperfect, humbled, but still standing strong.